Not that far from Standard Lore. Welcome to the Worldbuilding the Virtual Isle podcast. So, I actually have an interesting thing for this time. So, I've gotten a little bit of things about villains, and I kind of want to write a few, actually. So, I'm not necessarily going to come up with a name, but, yeah. So, I'll probably just, list them as, uh, villain like one or something. At least until I come up with an actual name. Um, some of these people might go and be a little bit more mindful, basically. So I actually do have one that is greed. So a player is giving me that villain, and funny enough, and one thing that I am kind of wanting to ask about is what was the goal of them doing Feywild, right? Because in this campaign that I have, like the cop campaign, and the Feywild is a twisted, corrupted version. Um, so there's that. The players might have to eventually deal with them. But how do they deal with a threat when they don't really know too much about that threat? Is another thing. So all these villains kind of just act a little bit more in the background, right? Like that's how villains in D&D should work. Like just simply because, like, if you're a villain, right? And there's nobody trying to stop you from taking over the world or something. Are you not going to advance your plot to take over the world until people are actually taking notice? And it's like, wait. This person's messing an army. Hold up. We might need to concern ourselves about that person over there because they're building an army. Like, uh, a party is at that point. Just because they have not gone to that point doesn't mean that that person is not amassing the army, right? Uh, that's always a thing to consider with D&D villains. So, like, uh, uh, yeah, I'm gonna mark this one as Feywild Corruptor because I don't really know. Since I don't have anything for them, I don't really know. I don't really know the angle for them. I definitely do know that they would be doing it for uh actually guild merchant uh Feywild corruptor. Uh because they are very much a merchant that is very very powerful. They've corrupted an entire plane basically. So I believe moonstone dragons are there. In fact, I actually did have a like I one of my players had a person named Van Yoinker who was actually gonna have a evil person that was kind of going to be doing evilness, but more in justifiable evilness. Because they were evil, right? They were genocidal. Oh, I don't mind saying that. But I did drop that because one, that character kind of died. It makes no sense to. It makes no narrative sense to drop a villain that is not really of the narrative, right? Uh, like at this point, I don't mind dropping in Yaturia's villain and then like beating Yuturia's villain, and basically. And the reason why I don't mind saying that is, or mind them doing that, is because we have played for so many sessions without Yuturia that, like, I feel it's like, okay, either A, I can, like, I might gonna be, like, saying to Yuturia, hey, I'm thinking about dropping your villain in to where the party can defeat them. You want to join in for that because it was your character's thing? Or you find it just them taking it because you're, like, busy and we can nothing else, like, write you a new one. Or write you somebody else, basically. Like, that's kind of like a way to do it as well. But, like, I'm just gonna copy this just because I don't necessarily trust what is on my thing. Oh, hold on. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I usually try to remember to like do that before. So yeah, I'm gonna name this one as Villain 2. So I feel like these villains might be a little bit more. I might add a couple other things, like what do they initially want to do? Like what's like their start into villainy, if I'm still struggling on it. So basically, what do I want for a second villain? Um um so one of the issues that I have is, like, I do kind of have this powerful person that I have to consider. So, like, to a certain extent, like, I want the players to deal with them before that person has to get involved. So, like, a, um, a person that's, like, trying to build and deliver, like, this super massive, powerful army, right? Like, they have to intercept it, basically. To be fair, if I don't really like how this guy will go cancel. So if you're seeing this or hearing this, then obviously I thought of some things basically, but yeah, like a lot of like I don't want it to be just dungeons, right? Because like dungeons are are ones that are like somewhat easy to justify by being villains, because like a um a dungeon, right? Like it could have him destroy a core, think that he's won, but it still is there, basically, and like he like knows about it until it's like collapsing, basically. Like he has to try to destroy it to where like he can see the dungeon's collapsing, basically. And like unless it's something like that, he can't really confirm on it and has to go back. Like that's kind of like a dungeon villain. Basically. But like I I I thought about this initially and thought this might be a good thing to talk about, but now that I'm actually doing it, it's like I'm questioning on how that thought it was going. Because, like, I definitely don't want these guys to apologize. Like, it's like the Guild Merchant one, it's like, he wants money. So, like, yeah. Like, he wants money and or influence, basically. And so, like, I feel like if you have, like, control over the Fae, that, like, due to the whimsical nature of it, that you might be a little bit more like valued. So like his angle is probably like uh control over the Fae. Like, I don't know about how, basically, but, like, actually, no, the how would be, like, corruption and tools to avoid it, or and like control over the tools to avoid it. But because like he could undo exactly what he did to the Feywild. It's like that's not something that's like an issue. So like the like basically if they fight that villain, like he's basically already done the corruption. And but that said, he could, while he can undo it, he's not going to. He's not ever going to do it. Because like he's making a lot of money from it. He's getting a lot of value from it. So it's like, why undo it? Basically, like to me, it makes no sense. To him, it probably makes even less sense. So like, yeah. But like I can't do like a I guess I can't do a Conqueror one. That's about like one of the major that's one of the major things I can't do, which is very, very unfortunate. Because like he like if I have a Conqueror, right? And he's like a actual threat. Like MA will probably deal with him. But like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, how big can I make an enemy or a villain before it's something that I feel like MA would go and get involved with? Like, that's where I'm having the issue for this. Because, like, when you think of MA, or at least when I think of MA, like, he is one that is definitely not above changing the world to be more interesting to him, basically. So like I fully like I said in a D&D thing, or in response to a D&D thing, that like I don't show favoritism. That said, I have made a player's character a queen and a god without making any other people that way. But in my defense, one, for anybody that knows about that, the player was only for session 9. They definitely showed up for session 10, but then we said, like, yeah, no, go, we're fine. Go over and do something else, basically. They'd already told me about the fact that they wanted to go do something, so I had their character do that, and basically they never showed up after. So we just kind of established the lore that they were dating this one rich NBC. One thing led to another. They end up getting married, and yeah. Where MA comes in is that NBC wanted a town and probably a private area that would not have them be disturbed. So how would that go on? Well, probably MA, because he would be the easiest one to be like, okay, let me find this exact location that does this exact thing. Oh, hey, we need to go and create an entire ecosystem here because this is otherwise perfect. Cool. Let me do it. Like, he's the one person that was likely to do it. And then, just simply because he thought it would be funny to go and piss off that one shopkeeper, he decided to take over an entire area and literally open up a, like, he is basically like a villain, but like not an actual villain, because like he did go into like somebody's like area and then basically be like, hey, I claim this. So is it transferred or do I have to go to a location and murder your army as the person's just waking up? It's like, what the frick is wrong with you? Oh, like at least with your deal I get something. But like they were literally just like in their bed sleeping as he woke them up, told them what he wanted, and then like probably dipped after he got it. Yeah. But like I don't count MA as like an actual like villain, right? Mainly because like to me, a villain is somebody that is actually I guess I technically like real world you'd have villains that don't really get beaten, basically. Because like yeah, the people that I'm thinking of that are IRL that are like evil to it, like they don't really get beaten, are usually the people that are like, you know, kind of polluting the world, not really having any remorse, or they just want the money, they don't care. They would go over to Mars and do basically the same thing. Um, maybe they do that with robots. They really do not care about the working class. They will replace the entire working class with the robots if they could. At least assuming that the robots could do the jobs equally well. Unfortunately, in certain cases, like yeah, that is kind of true. At least with like at least in like certain cases I'm thinking of. But yeah. That's a another story. Uh, but like in terms of like D&D, right? Like it's not really that fun to have a villain that you can't beat, basically. Like I don't mind saying that like, oh hey, we have a conquering villain, basically. Like assuming that MA is not there. Like a different villain, MA doesn't want to deal with them. And they're just conquering everything, basically. The players have like one chance to stop them. They get to that one place, and then like if they win, great, campaign over. Or they lose, campaign over. But like the difference is that that was the final boss. So like if they like won the battle, then well yeah, like if they won the battle, then effectively the warlord just is not an issue anymore, right? Uh but otherwise it's like yeah, just like the issue with me doing that well, as tempting at that idea as they are, or as tempting as that idea is, like I feel like MA for the point of like getting well keeping the status quo at least a little bit would be wanting that. Like don't get me wrong, like there's certain points where like like I guess that what it is like he would take over somebody if they're planning to like you to like destroy the world entirely. So like he would destroy the like basically if we think of it as like a modern game, right? Like we have like every country has nukes. Nobody has like we can blow up the world like 3 times over or however much we can. I think it's like actually I think it's like 10 times over, maybe 15 times over that we can do it because with just like the nukes we have. So like yeah, he would basically make sure that those countries can't fight, basically, or at least not fight each other. Uh, but like a but like for example it's Africa, right, where like there's not likely to be like any like yeah, like assuming that no country in Africa has like nukes, he doesn't mind like say frick, what would be, yeah, like he wouldn't mind and basically uh like yeah, I guess that would be like Singapore and Indonesia, right? Like as far as I know, neither one of those countries has nukes. But like he would like assuming that those neither of those countries have nukes, like he would not care about like Singapore and Indonesia going to war. He just cares about the ones that are like, yeah, we're going to destroy the entire world because of just how it is. Like this country's bombed this, has bombed us, or is with a nuke by accident. Therefore, we're going to declare war on them. Their allies have declared war on us, and then everybody's in the war, and we are basically going to be dying because of just the nukes. So yeah, uh, um, yeah, I guess that with this one, it's like it's kind of like a hard to talk about one basically with somebody like that because like you think villains, right? And they typically want to like take over something or do some other task. So like the merchant is wanting control over the Fae. That one I say is fine. Because like uh really like should MA probably go over there and deal with that? Yeah, he probably should. But will he care? I don't think so. I don't think that he would actually care unless somebody specifically ordered him to. Oh, so technically there is a god that's above MA, which would be able to order him to do it. But like again, since that god would since that god in particular would be played by me, I don't know if I would specifically order MA to do it either. And I feel like that would be the main thing that he would care. Like, I feel like he would mainly care about that one in particular rather than, like, literally anything else. So, yeah. I'm gonna just pause it for here. Okay, so I do a little bit more. So, like, embodiments. Basically, I'm just gonna list what I'm thinking of. Basically. So, like, control, uh, people slash, uh, area, uh, uh, so, like, that's, like, if I'm only thinking of a few ways, then, like, I'm not really wanting to continue this. I'll be right. So controls such as like people, area, or an item, greed. What else? Like power, basically. But like, is power different than control though? Because like, there's several different so there's several different aspects to power and like control. So like basically, like power, for example, is kind of like being elected to like U.S. president, right? like, yeah, you are very much the most powerful person in the world. You can declare, or you can do nukes and stuff. And apparently now you're literally above the law. That's apparently a thing in the U.S. As at least as of like 2025. Being a U.S. president makes you above the law. Apparently. Actually, being former president makes you above the law. Apparently. As of like 2020. So, yeah, that's fun. And but yeah, great. Actually, now that I think about it, Donald Trump is basically just a villain that I'm thinking of with this, because like he basically does embody like all of this. Like he's desired power and nothing else. That has been like a big thing. He's wanted more money than what he can ever do. Like he always can't get enough of money. And then yeah, he wants to control people. Like he wants to be like loved by all. He wants like world domination and like all of that. Um, um I guess that basically I just need to think of like for what to embody. I basically just need to go and think of like Donald Trump, I guess, because he's like quite literally the cartoon villain type thing. Like, huh, I will not ruin your life if you give me $1 billion. It's like he's that level of cartoon villain. um, like I know that should be like getting too political on this, but like we're talking about villains, and he's like so, like he just fits so well. Like I am sorry for anybody that's like actually like with them or whatever, but like yeah, he just he's kind of just like that symbolic type thing. Uh, like congrats, Donald Trump. I guess like you got what you wanted. You got people talking about you, and congrats, you got to be like the ideal thing. But I'm not sure if you want to be the ideal person when you're talking about a villain or a bad guy, or like somebody that is in theory supposed to like lose and or die. Like like I don't know if that's exactly something you want, but like I am sure that he would be like doing it. Like in all honesty, like I am uh, I am sure that if it helps with the US, I'll go and literally make it and give him the best villain award. Or the best cartoon villain award, or something like that. Yeah, that typical thing. Um, um, yeah, I don't know if I'm thinking of anything other than this. So like, yeah, I don't know if I want to go and leave it at about like a half hour. Because I usually try to strive for like an hour on these. But like I don't know. I don't know if I can do like more things with this, because like I there's an 18 plus style one, which in theory I could type out more than this, but like one that kind of goes into control, right? Because like ideally you'd be right like controlling for them for that reason, and the cartoon villains like for example Mad Hatter from like at least going down the list of like Batman villains, right? Like Mad Hatter, control over people. Joker is just a Joker. He doesn't really have a game plan. Like maybe it's greed, maybe it's power, whatever. Uh, uh, Um, I'll get back to Mr. Freeze. Is Penguin again? Yeah, just kind of like greed. Um, who's another like iconic one? I don't. I don't really know on that. I know I hate Deathstroke, but like for him, it's kind of like more greed as well. Like he doesn't. He's a mercenary, so like he doesn't really care about like who's paying him, so long as somebody's paying him to do it. Because like he literally, like he doesn't care the fact that like Batman is going to help the city. He just wants to kill Batman because hey, somebody's offered him a paycheck. So yeah, it is what it is, basically. Um, um, Mr. Free is like, yeah, he's kind of more of a familial villain. So like, yeah, I don't necessarily say that I can call him like a actual villain. Um, so yeah, I guess I can go and like kind of ignore him. And then anybody else is kind of just like the one-off side villain type thing that like really, really just does not care. Like he does not care at all about like whatever else effectively. And like they're just going to be like this one-time villain effectively. A uh Superman, like, yeah, I guess there's like Silver Banshee. I don't really know about what she does, so I can't really go and say anything with that. Lex Luthor, another popular one. Like, yeah, he just kind of wants power. Or Doomsday, if we're doing that same thing as well. Sorry, no, I was thinking of like a I was thinking of Darkseid. Darkseid is just power. Maybe control. But more power. Uh, or Doomsday. I guess like prove a point. Like, but do I really say that that's like a good enough thing though? Like, I don't necessarily see it. Well, actually, maybe Pride. Maybe Pride is a fine enough thing. Like, they just want to go like have people be like, yes, you succeeded. But like, I don't really know because like the one that I think of with Pride is kind of like Syndrome for the Incredibles, right? Like he he more or was well like it was a little bit on the greed thing, maybe a little bit more on control, but like he was more just prideful. Like he didn't care about any consequences. Is like he just wanted like the recognition, right? Uh like he wanted people to feel like he wanted like he was basically like Donald Trump, right? Like he wanted people to love him for what he was doing. And he wanted people to where like he felt like a yeah, he wanted it to have it be that people uh like were able to like do the supers because he just kind of got turned away at that one point. Like somebody finally told him somebody told him no, he couldn't deal with it, so therefore he's just lashing out. Right? Like, I can see that being a villain reason as well. But I don't know. I don't know about how I can about writing an extra villains like this. Like, I guess it's more just like trying to make them like a little bit more abstract. I guess is kind of like where it's a little bit more hard to kind of like think and finish them, right? Because like I a lot of the super powerful ones, like with the world I have, of like ultimately if they get to be like a very, very big massive threat like Syndrome was, right? Like he had his like little robot thing. And MA would have just like walked up and said like, yeah, I can't let this thing be alive. Let me go and destroy it. Uh, and then like he would have found a way to destroy that core. Like, if anything, he would have seen that thing and just been like, huh, something that I can't take down. All right, time to find a time to take it down. Figure out a way. Just keep doing something and seeing. Well, keep trying different things. Keep keep going, and just eventually find a way to deal with it. Even if it is like just defeat it, have it defeat itself, basically. So yeah, uh, it works, I guess, effectively. Um, but like, yeah, uh, uh, just one of those things. I don't, I don't know about what other like like actually like evil like villain things can deal with. So yeah, no, I will be real. I really do hate this. In all honesty, or I really do hate the fact that I'm not struggling so hard with this because like I definitely feel that like there's very very good ways to write villains with the world that I've set up, and like there's very very good ways to like write I villains in D&D, but like I don't know if I can apply any of them because, like, obviously, like the like every single villain I think of, like Jafar, Scar, then like Shan Yu, like from like Milan and stuff like that, or from Disney things, like all of those people, like basically go and tie directly into power, or basically, like they wanted to have power or control over an area. And so, like, they just they did not care about who they had to step over or get rid of in order to facilitate that. Uh, like, Scar went and murdered his brother basically because, like, yeah, you're staying in the way of me being king. I want that power. I want the power to rule over the Pride Lands. So I'm gonna get rid of you. Jafar, I took the lamp and said, bye, Aladdin. I don't need you anymore. You gave me everything I could have wanted. Therefore, I am going to murder you now. Um, uh, as for, like, Shan Yu, like, yeah, he was basically just, like, there to take over the country. Like, that's literally his whole thing. Like, he didn't care about, like, who lived or died. In fact, he wanted the Emperor to kneel. So, and the Emperor was going to refuse to kneel, then he was just gonna chop him up and basically like force him to kneel that way. Uh, so yeah, like, uh, there's definitely ways to write films like that in D&D, but like, I feel like people that would do that would probably have been taken down by MA. And like it is also really sucks because like I have a council of wizards, right? Where it's like they have a sort of illegal books. MA's written a new spell for that kind of like relates to like controlling over people, right? Like it relates to the fact that like you can hypnotize somebody and they may not think anything of it, basically. Uh, but like they're just like completely under your spell and control without the ability to say anything, right? Uh, and so like basically every single thing that they're doing is quote unquote of their free will, even if the actual person would probably have never done that. So, yeah, like spells like that exist and are probably banned from most people, learning and using them. Because I definitely do say that it would make sense for like I people in like a D&D style thing to have like a wizard school and then like a wizard university, right? Like kind of like Hogwarts, or it's effectively to where like the level 1 thing is started off at like wizard school, but after like level 1 you can either go out and adventure and regularly research, or you can be a part of like a I guess wizard university and learn more things. And I feel like that kind of like the fact of wizards existing makes it to where like you could reason that a evil wizard, right, who's like intent on like making a profit, intent on making like I yeah, like intent on like proving that they're the best wizard in the world, or a wizard that is just wanting to dominate an entire area simply prove that he can with the spells that he has. Like in theory, that's 100% possible. But like I I don't know if I want to have villains that are doing that. Like I don't know if I want to have a villain that's just like, hi, I am going to subjugate every single dragon here. Basically, like get them like under his command, effectively. Uh, and like maybe make it to where like they don't have like free will. Like they would just blindly follow his orders to where like if he commands like he like Arya for example would be one of the ones that would be a target. And so like he could command like Arya, for example, to go attack like Fanfoss where the players are and it's like uh that thing should not have been here. Something's wrong. Something's up. Something is not normal about this. What might be there? But to be fair, that said, something like that would be taken down by MA. So, like, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, how, like, I feel like the idea for, like, making, like, truly evil villains here was existing, but, like, I feel that, like, all the ones that would be people to be made to where like MA wouldn't just be like, yeah, I kind of need to deal with you now. like I feel like anything that he would be fine with leaving around and would be ones that like I don't feel that I could talk about for like a adult reasons because well yes I am a adult and I do say I don't mind doing a lot more of adult things with like D&D stuff at least for my actual players. Um yeah. Yeah. The issue with that is the fact that like I just pretty much like D&D, or rather like I don't want to make the podcast type thing about like some 18 plus style things if I can avoid it at least. So yeah, of course it's gonna be another like 45-minute thing, and just like I do apologize that I can't give you like more of a concrete one, but like I don't want it to have to be like they're all like just reskins basically like oh hey one's taking over like the Shadowfell, one's taking over the Feywild, one's taking over like I don't know Aboria maybe like well I don't want it to be like they're all just like casually taking over planes or layers of hell. I don't want it to be just like oh hey like here's the villain but like that guy over there would just easily take them down because like they're threatening well they're somewhat threatening and he needs to now step in and stuff like that. Like I don't want to have be like just constant stuff like that. So yeah. Uh I will probably like have some of these villains show up. Or these well I probably will make a few effectively. Probably also name villain 1 and villain 2, or at least give them better names than that. But like it is what it is. So hope y'all enjoyed seeing me make these basically. Hopefully like having the idea that like they might body control, greed, power, or pride basically might like aid you in making a villain that very much does not compromise and stuff. Because like the villains that I count as like evil villains, like I don't count somebody as evil unless like they're choosing to do it and that like given and like even more information that they still probably would do it. Like the evil merchant, right? Over there, like villain 1, like literally, if you told him a different way to make money, he still would corrupt the Feywild and sell his potion, basically, because money. Like he's evil because he's not going to care, or he's not going to care about either way. He knows that it's wrong, what he's doing is wrong, but he's doing it anyway. And so people like that are the ones that I'm kind of the evil villains, and like whatever would be like their end game and whatever would be like something that they're doing it just basically without remorse. Or basically. Like I am sorry that I can't give more information on this. I figured out have a little bit more like to where I could go and give other than just like abstract things, and I'm not even sure how well I did with the abstract because yeah it just is what it is, but hopefully y'all learned something, at least for the DMs out there. However, I'll ultimately see. Well, if you want to hear me yap, I'll go and usually stream on Twitch. It's down in the description of YouTube. You should see a Discord that you should be able to join on for whenever I go live, and I should post a schedule like weekly on it. However, I'll ultimately see everyone when I next see you all.